Hey guys, this is Andre Habet with Big Words for Andre Habet, and today we're with Eric Todd. Can you say hello, man?
Hello, ma'am.
So what is it you do, sir? What is your thing?
I do a lot of things, I guess. I started with Patrick Renner and Stephen Craig and Johnny DeBlasi. I started an art collective called Exurb a couple of years ago, where we do sort of tech-oriented art, large installation stuff.
Yeah, I saw the in-out piece you guys did 2011, I think, right?
Yeah. That was 2011. We've had a couple shows since then. We had another group show there at the Joanna, a show at El Rincon last year, and then another show at this thing called Main Street Projects.
Okay, and what was the last two projects all about?
The last two were, so the last one at El Rincon was called Galapagos, and the concept was that we locked ourselves into the gallery space there for 24 hours, and then we had DSLR cameras set up in 4 positions, and we had them set up to take photos once a minute for the whole 24 hours. And then we had live audio feed and projectors with like a sort of a stop motion sort of film of everything that happened up until that point. So basically the piece was building the piece in a way. So we built an installation and then kind of documented it as we did it.
How long did it take you to make the space?
Well, I mean, it was 24 hours that we spent in there.
Yeah, but to like just hook everything up like between the couple of you.
Oh yeah, it took a while. We spent a while getting that set up, and yeah, so it was probably, I mean, a couple weeks. We were wanting to do something that wouldn't be, the idea was that it wouldn't be crazy time consuming or expensive, but it sort of ended up being both. But yeah.
Did you guys raise money for it, or was it just out of your own pocket?
No, I mean, we didn't actually. We were looking into that. We were finalists for this year's Creative Capital grant, but didn't get that, and so we're kind of in the process of sort of applying for grants, trying to fund things outside of our own pockets.
Yeah. How difficult is it to be part of an arts collective? You always hear about them, and a lot of times, they quickly come together, make like a project, and then things sort of implode. But I guess, how do you guys manage to keep it together with all the egos and all the different impulses about what is a good idea?
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, I think it starts with good communication, and I think we do a good job because we all sort of respect each other, and we try to make everything completely egalitarian. So that way, if nobody, we don't make any decisions on anything unless everybody agrees to it. So
how long does that take to happen?
Sometimes a while.
Is it like Congress sometimes?
A little bit. I mean, a little bit. It's
someone will get up and start reading from the phone book.
Yeah, no filibusters usually. Thank goodness. But no, I mean, at the same time though, usually I think it works out. I think we end up making the best decisions. I mean, Patrick and I tend to be on the side of like, we tend to want to accept everything that happens, right? We tend to be like, if we have an opportunity, let's just grab it, let's take it. And luckily the other guys tend to sort of check us on that and kind of go, hey, well, maybe
let's slow down.
Maybe we should like step back for a second and consider what the best options are, so yeah.
I read that your membership is open. Do you guys introduce new members into it, and on what basis? And how do you decide that someone is worth it enough to sort of disrupt the harmony, whatever harmony is there present?
It's kind of open. I mean, that's a little bit of a misnomer, honestly, to say that.
Fix that on the website.
I know. I need to change that. It's not that it's not open either.
Yeah.
It's that it's generally on a project by project basis.
Okay.
So the main 4 of us kind of make the majority, who started the collective, make the majority of the real important decisions. But it's just an issue of, I mean, and a lot of it is really if people want to continue to work with us. I mean, we bring in people for specific projects. If they have a skill set that we need or something like that. Like, for example, we're bringing in Roberto Perez, Falcon Fucker, for this project we're doing right now, actually to raise money, which is we're building an analog synthesizer.
It's a Kickstarter program, right?
Yeah, we're going to do a Kickstarter for it, and it's going to be so it's sort of a mix between an art piece and something we can sell. So there's going to be a limited run of them, and they're going to be made from sort of reclaimed wood, Houston reclaimed wood, and everything's going to be made in Houston. But So each one will be kind of different. They'll be individualized, but there will, like, the circuitry and everything will be the same.
Okay, so it'll be like there's gonna be an engineering side to it, like what do you guys do, and also I guess an artistic, aesthetically pleasing side to it.
Yeah, and we're also gonna have a so in addition to all like your major synth functions like arpeggio and just like the functionality of the synth, and it's going to be MIDI capable and stuff. So it's sort of an analog synth. It's kind of like a hybrid though, because it's going to have some digital components. So again, it'll be MIDI capable, but we're going to also hopefully have a video output as well. So in theory, you'll be able to just sort of plug it into any sort of video projector or whatever, and be able to have like a visual representation of the audio as well. So
you're also working with Nanofiction, a really big publication in Houston. How's that been? I mean, it's not one of the normal ones that's associated with a university. So how's it managing it and finding time to dedicate to this project that is not monetarily viable, but is really really awesome, I guess. I love the art and I love what you guys do. In that, no one else is doing it right now in Houston, and I guess not for the most part in other places.
Time is tough, because not only with the Art Collective, I also record music, and try to just work on my own writing and things like that. But so yeah, it's tough to find time for all that. But I mean, it's worth it, and we're growing, I mean, we just got nonprofit status this year, and so awesome. I'm hoping that we'll be able to pay ourselves pretty soon.
I heard they gave you some trouble the last time you guys.
Yeah. It was weird. We'd applied for nonprofit status, and it's sort of a standard thing for most lit journals. Most lit journals have nonprofit status.
For donation's sake, and also for donation, taxes, right?
Exactly, yeah, and also to be able to apply for grants.
Yeah.
But for some reason in the initial application, something happened. Maybe it was, Kirby thinks it's the IRS agent sort of got swamped and didn't want to deal with it and didn't have time to actually review our application, and so turned us down on some questionable things. So yeah, we had to raise money and reapply, and it took a couple of years to do that.
Wow.
But yeah, so I mean, we're growing. Nanofiction's been around, I think, for 7 years now. Don't quote me on that. But so it's good. It's fulfilling. I enjoy it. I studied creative writing in school. So
cool.
Literature's something that means something to me personally.
So I got some serious questions for you today, and
cool.
I figure you could, with your creative mind, you could respond very well to this one.
All right.
I really hate umbrellas. They break so easily. What do you think would be the best alternative as an outside apparatus to an umbrella? In your mind, what would you create?
As another apparatus to an umbrella. That's interesting, because we actually did a project with umbrellas recently.
And you were like, these things break too easily.
And it did break, yeah. Yeah, the thing broke. It wasn't the umbrella's fault that it broke. The gear system we built was faulty, and then the motor burned out the night before the show, of course. Typical motors, Let's see, what about, I always like those head umbrellas, those ones with the little, that's nice.
The Inspector Gadget ones.
The Inspector Gadget ones are cool, or maybe one on like a utility belt or something like that. Or maybe just sort of awning,
Have you ever thought about, do you ride bicycles?
I aspire to ride bicycles. I don't actually.
You aspire to it?
I want to. I just
Get on it, man.
Too lazy to do that.
But anyways, have you ever thought about a bike umbrella? How cool that'd be?
A bike umbrella would be really nice.
Like what I've thought is like the same
like
way
a rickshaw
Camelback.
kind of.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I thought. It'd
Yeah.
come out of your backpack like the same way like the Camelback does, and it'd just go over you. But I'm not sure how that would work out.
I mean, you could adapt that to a
weight-wise.
non-bicycle application, also.
We should get on this.
I think so.
Turn off the
I think so.
cameras. We can't
Let's
see
do it.
any more of this.
Yeah, interview over. We gotta go handle some serious business.
All right. Our last segment is big word, where we ask you, the guests, to say their favorite big word. So what's yours?
Oh shit. Favorite big word. Man,
Impress your literary friends. Impress them!
Okay, alright, fine. And no one is allowed to steal this, for the record. Because I'm gonna potentially name an album this, but I'll say it. But no one who is watching this is allowed to steal this, for the record.
Copyright.
I'm copywriting it as of right now, even though it's a word and you can't copyright a word. Zugzwang? Do you know what that means?
No, what is that? That sounds like a Pokemon.
It's not a Pokemon. Zugzwang, it's Z-U-G-Z-W-A-N-G, it's a German word. It means it's a moment in a chess game in which to make a move at all puts you at a disadvantage. So your best option is to not move, although it's chess, so you have to move. So you're just kind of screwed. Anyway.
So it's saying if you had the choice in this non-existent chess, you would not move.
You would not move. Your best option is to not do anything.
Sounds like my old karate teacher.
Yeah.
Just don't do anything sometimes. Just give them your wallet. That's the best choice.
Really? Your karate teacher said don't defend yourself.
Yeah, he was like, if they got a gun, don't do nothing. Just give them your stuff.
That's terrible. They're supposed to tell you to do some Bruce Lee shit. I don't understand. That sounds like a terrible karate teacher. I don't know.
It's pretty cool. Where can people check out your stuff, both your own and the collectives you work for?
We have a website, excerptcollective.org, and then Nanofiction is nanofiction.org. And my own personal music, I don't have a website for yet. So
get a Bandcamp, man.
I need to, yeah. I mean, I'm working on an album right now.
Cool.
Actually, Rob and I, Falcon Fucker and I, have a show at Art League on the 2nd, on March 2nd.
Sweet,
which is going to be, it's with Stephen Ferris, myself and Rob, and a guy named William Cordray, and we're going to do a quadraphonic show. So actually it's going to be dual quadraphonic, so technically there'll be 8 separate speakers, each with its own separate audio coming out of it, so it'll be like a surround sound show, if that makes sense. In conjunction with El Rincon Social, who has a show. Excerpt used to rent a space at El Rincon. We were part of El Rincon until January of this year, actually. So it's sort of a part of the show they have at Art League. Right
now. This thing is actually from Vincent Fink.
It's Vincent's. Yeah. Awesome. Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah,
cool.
He's kind enough to lend it to us.
Yeah. Rad. I like Vincent's work. Yeah. He's got a space over there too. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, it's been great having you, man. And
awesome.
I hope I can see you and talk to you and see the great music you make soon.
Come out March 2nd.
Yeah, we'll go out March 2nd. You better be there, guys. And this has been Andre Habet with Andre Habet. Check us out on Facebook.com/TheFuha, FuhaCentral.com, and we're on Twitter @TheFuha. See you next time.
Awesome. Thanks, guys.